Welcome into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. I'm Edie Hand.
And I'm Dr. Daniel Potts.
We've got a very interesting show about optimal pain control.
Yes, we do.
You know, neuropathy, having infections, or going through difficult situations. I personally rather have creams than to have a pill. How about you?
Oh, we were just talking about this. You know, my patients complain about side effects all the time, but yet they have pain that needs to be treated. And so Optimal Pain Control has developed some creams and emollients that really help these painful syndromes that people have.
That they do, and also we'll talk with Marlene Ayers about her experience with breast cancer. And you know, we had Wes Moss on, you know, which is terrific that he really shared how not only in his position is working with physicians like yourself, but hearing from patients about how they can have a healthier lifestyle because of this.
Right.
So you won't want to miss what we've got coming up next right here on Prescriptions for Healthy Lifestyles. And also, if you want to know what shows they are, you can check us out on our website at rxhealthylife.com.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by Boyette Health Services of Alabama, offering complete medical and dental care.
If you woke up with pain this morning, you are not alone. Estimates are that nearly 1/3 of Americans will experience chronic pain at some point in their lives. Optimal Pain Control by Franklin Pharmacy works directly with your physician to create a pain cream for your unique needs. Our staff of pharmacists has over 30 years experience in compounding. OPC by Franklin Pharmacy's custom formulas are created for you to maximize pain relief while minimizing side effects. From minor aches to severe neuropathic pain, let us be your partner.
Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand, a portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today. A Pocket Guide for the Alzheimer's Caregiver by Dr. Daniel Potts and his wife Ellen helps you understand this disease and get the best care possible. Go to alzpocketguide.com or any online bookstore for your copy. You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand with Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Dr. Daniel Potts. Today we're talking about optimal pain control, which is giving you some relief. And joining me on this show today is Tim Aaron, who is the pharmacist. Hey, good to see you again.
Yes, great to be here.
And you're also the managing partner for your team with Optimal Pain Control and Franklin Pharmacy, correct?
Yes.
And also we have a new face with your team here. That is Geoff Godfrey, a nurse practitioner. And welcome, Geoff.
Thank you very much for having me, Edie.
You know, what I've learned about what your addition to the company is of hearing what people really need to make them to feel better. And this product is making a difference in people's lives, right?
Absolutely.
How did this start, Tim, with your company, with this compound?
Well, as the use of opiates through the last decade has increased in as much as 400%, with that there's been a lot of problems, issues, huge increase in deaths. The use of oral NSAIDs has caused a lot of issues, also stomach problems, numerous deaths from PERFs. And so the idea of using pain medicines topically instead of going through and affecting liver, kidney, brain, stomach has had a huge growth in just the last 5 years or so. And we've been a part of that, and since there are a lot of advantages topically, it's just growing.
Well, what I found too, Geoff, was this, is that I have used the cream myself and I know it works. I mean, like, certainly if you had any back problems, or I'm a cancer survivor and I had pain areas in the bladder area, and even to rub it on the top of the stomach there, I could see a difference literally within 5 minutes. Tell me, do you hear that a lot from your patients?
An awful lot. The cream and meeting Tim changed my practice. I work in Phoenix, Arizona, with a wonderful colleague by the name of Melissa McFarland, and she and I ran a high-risk pain management program out of St. Joe's Hospital and then off into the community. And what we found is when we did find the use of the creams, it changed our practice and changed people's lives. And that's why I'm here today, and that's why I work with Tim. He made me the kind offer and Melissa the kind offer, and we came on board, and we're now able to educate more and more physicians to help more and more patients.
And I know, and we have your numbers and your websites on our rxhealthylife.com and on the screen. But I'd like for them also to know a little bit more about you. I know you were in the service, and you're also a New Yorker.
Well, close to New York. I grew up in New Canaan, Connecticut, okay. And when I realized I wanted to volunteer for the U.S. Army, they sent me to Texas and went through Fort Bennie, Georgia, Fort Polk, Louisiana. So I got to know the South and still was in awe of it. And coming here to Alabama with you folks has been another eye-opener. But gravitated after the service, worked as a medic in the Army, was on the U.S. Army ski team and ski patrol, and ran the medic first aid responders at that in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Germany. And then came back to the United States, parlayed that into emergency room medicine as a nurse, and all my patients, docs, and friends said, "Geoff, you gotta go on, go on." And so I became a nurse practitioner and found that I had a passion for alleviating pain. So that's me in a nutshell.
Well, that's a good nutshell. And how did you two meet, Tim?
Geoff called one day with a question about a patient, and we had a great rapport, and it built just by leaps and bounds. We decided to go visit them. They came back and visited us, and we went back and visited again, and got to see facilities and actually talk to some of the patients. And it's been a great relationship. One of the things that Geoff, as part of Geoff's practice, they did pain diaries, and with the use of the pain diaries, they had a tangible way to see that the patient, when they came in the next month for their visit, that it was written out, we're doing better. I can sleep better. I can walk better, and it wasn't just a recollection. It's actually written on paper, and so it was a very tangible. And
that's worth it. And I want to show this too, guys, before we leave this segment, is people to see how easy this is to use. I mean, you just literally, you could do a capful of it normally, put it, or how does it, 2 pumps? Yeah. 2 pumps of it and put it on the area there, and that's amazing to me. You know, and before we go, I want to say this is about also, you guys have made a difference for patients, businesses with workman compensation. And I was speaking the other day with a group of veterans, and they were looking for ways to not have to take so many pills. And when I was with a friend of mine that was doing yoga, and you know, and I said, I think I might have something else since I've met you guys. But do you hear that often? All the time, Edie.
The interesting thing about the treatment of pain in the United States is that it needs to be more multimodal. By that, it needs to cover all sorts of gamuts that you're dealing with, interventions and medications and physical therapy and psychological therapy, and the whole gamut. And what we got with the creams is they can feel a lot better very quickly and start reducing the amounts of opioids and the amounts of pills that they're taking. So they feel like we're really doing something. And you see that instantly. Well, Geoff, thank you so much, and Tim, for being a part of the program. And y'all come back and you'll talk to me about some other things? I sure hope you have us. Thank you. Thank you. All right, and stay with us, because we will be back with one of our survivors of breast cancer and talk a little bit more about how you can get some relief with this pain. And you're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by The Vein Guys. Better legs, better life.
Fresh and flavorful. That's Red Diamond tea. It tastes that way because it's made that way. Every day we brew our tea fresh from tea leaves, not mixes or powders. Made fresh and delivered fresh to your grocery, ready to drink. There's an art to making a perfect glass of iced tea, and we practice it every day. Drink fresh. Drink Red Diamond.
Hi, I'm Sarah Evans here with friends Rollins and Kumar, who've been helping Children's of Alabama celebrate its 100th birthday. They're here for care at the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders, the largest provider of cancer care for children and young adults in the state. At Children's, we treat every form of cancer, and we're committed to a cure. You can be too. Donate now so thousands of kids like Rollins and Kumar will celebrate lots of birthdays, including their own.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand.
And I'm Ronnie McDowell.
And I'm Georgette Jones.
Together, we'd love to ask you to support the Children's Miracle Network Children's Hospital.
That's right, Edie. Your local children's hospital provides state-of-the-art care, life-saving research, and preventative education for children 24 hours a day.
And we need your support to continue helping make life better for others. Just log on to childrensmiraclenetwork.org. We believe together we can have those miracles.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Welcome to Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts. We're going to be talking about breast cancer today and the importance of great spirits and entrepreneurship. And joining me is two lovely ladies, Marlene Ayers, who's a breast cancer survivor and a good friend of mine, and Bennie, who is also a businesswoman and an entrepreneur and a breast cancer survivor and a good friend too. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me.
Well, you know, breast cancer is a tough topic, and we've all three are breast cancer survivors. And I know that for Marlene and I, we shared Dr. Darty.
Absolutely.
And you know, with this book, when we wrote this and told the different stories of the cancer, the unexpected gift, it truly has been in my life, in the battle for over 20 years, unexpected gift. And what's it been like for you, Marlene?
Well, it was unexpected.
Wasn't much of a gift.
As a matter of fact, I was about to go into the hospital for another surgery for something totally different. And I hadn't had a mammogram in 3 or 4 years. And I told the doctor, I said, if you can schedule it, I'll just get it out of the way. So I went to the hospital and had all my pre-ops done and the mammogram. Went home, and within an hour the doctor had called and said, we got a problem. And I had a biopsy that afternoon.
And it was malignant.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a radical mastectomy?
I did. And reconstruction 3 years later.
And Bennie, what was it like for you that day when you were diagnosed with breast cancer? How old were you at that time when you were diagnosed?
How old was I? I was 54.
So that's young.
Very young. And I had just left my husband. He had had rotator cuff surgery, and we had just come from his office, and the same day I had a mammogram scheduled. I had realized I'd not had a mammogram in about 3 years, which is not normal for me, but my dad had been really sick, and I guess I just, you know, my busy life, I just didn't take time, and you know, before you know it, a year's passed and you don't really have your annual checkup. And it was I was diagnosed in 2002, went in for my routine mammogram, and the technician saw a suspicious spot on the right side of my breast. And I did my normal self-exams every month, and so I had not detected anything. When she took me in for the mammogram, she said that she saw a suspicious area and she wanted to do an ultrasound. She wanted to call the doctor in and do an ultrasound. And so I guess I was a little frightened at the time because that had not happened to me before. And when she brought the doctor in and she did the ultrasound, that's when they found mine. Mine was a soft tumor. So even doing the self-exams, I did not detect that myself. She just saw the suspicious area on the right side of my breast, which early detection saves lives. I'm a 10-year cancer survivor because of that.
Absolutely. I know that I am also, because I certainly had found the lump myself, but I went in for an exam and found it. Fortunately, mine had not metastasized and I had a lumpectomy. So I was blessed in that arena of it. But did you have to have a radical mastectomy?
I did. Because mine was a soft tumor about the size of a 25-watt bulb. And when my surgeon, and immediately that afternoon, the doctor said, okay, you're going over to see a surgeon. Well, you could have knocked me off the table with a feather, you know, because I mean, it was just like that quick. And the next thing I knew, I was in the surgeon's office, and at the time, his wife had just been diagnosed with breast cancer, and he felt that mastectomy was the right thing for me to do. Well, and I'm so glad I did.
And I think it is, and I think we'll have some information on the rxhealthylife.com about numbers people can call for breast cancer. And I know you're very involved with this, with breast cancer in your community. You're such an activist in your area of Huntsville, Alabama. So tell me other things that you're a part of. I mean, you just retired from NASA.
I did. After a 45-year career with NASA, I loved my job with NASA and had such a great support staff there, you know, when I was first diagnosed. But I got involved with a group of ladies called the Bosom Buddies. They're the Sandra J. Bryant Bosom Buddy Breast Cancer
That's
Support
where we
Group.
met.
That's where we met. And they, you know, everybody that comes into that club or that group, you know, we don't want you to be a member of this group, but, you know, you have come into a wonderful, wonderful group of people who have a wonderful spirit, and they're there to support you in everything that you do, going through the good times, the bad times. And I'm so glad I'm a member of that group, and I'm very passionate about doing that. I'm very passionate about making breast cancer, well, all types of cancer, the awareness out there.
And before we go, I wanted to, what's a website if people want to learn more about what you're doing to help fundraisers and things that you do? Because I know you've got these chocolates here, and I'm going to steal one.
Yes, you may. I brought chocolates for everyone today. And actually, the Healthy Dark Chocolate, that was the other thing that I was looking for, was to try to find something that was good and healthy for me. Gives you energy and mental focus, and helps with fatigue. People going through chemo and things that have just hit them, you know, they really need something good and healthy. So Healthy Dark Chocolate, and my website is divinehealthychocolate.com.
And Marlene, you're just the help, support for so many, and I want to thank you for being there for me many times through my struggles with cancer too. So I want to thank you both.
Thank you, Edie. You do a fantastic job, and we really appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. And thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Brought to you in part by Windsor Essex Economic Development Corporation. One region, countless opportunities.
Hey Alabama, guess who's turning 40? Scott Crump Toyota. Come celebrate our 40th anniversary as we race to sell a record 140 vehicles. Drive new 2012 Corollas, $179 a month, or new Camrys, $199 a month. Zero down delivers, 0% financing available. Plus, make no payments till fall. Come celebrate 40 years in business and join us in the winner's circle as we race to sell a record 140 vehicles. At Scott Crump Toyota,
we'll do whatever it takes.
Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand, a portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today. A Pocket Guide for the Alzheimer's Caregiver by Dr. Daniel Potts and his wife Ellen helps you understand this disease and get the best care possible. Go to alzpocketguide.com or any online bookstore for your copy.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, here for Scott Crump Toyota in Jasper. Scott and I have teamed up to bring a program to your community to encourage and educate children on the importance of mentorship and self-esteem. Visit our websites.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand with Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. And joining me is two good friends, Geoff Godfrey and Tim Aaron, who is the founder of Optimal Pain Control. This cream really works. It's helped me with my pain, and it can you. OPCRX.com.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Hi, and welcome into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. I'm Edie Hand.
And I'm Dr. Daniel Potts. Hey, Edie.
Hey, good to be with you again
nice
today.
Nice to be with you too, dear.
Well, I wanted to introduce you to another person that's doing great things, and that's Wes Moss with Optimal Pain Control. Thank you for coming.
Welcome, Wes. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Absolutely.
You know, we've had folks on from Optimal Pain Control by Franklin Pharmacy, but we haven't really talked about what this experience has been like for someone like you that's out there with the physicians and hearing these patients' stories. We've had some stories, but what has that experience been like for you?
It's been life-changing for me. When I can travel to Sarasota, Florida, to Syracuse, New York, to Seattle, and have patients in the waiting room hug my neck or shake my hand or thank me because of our success in easing their pains, it's rewarding for me, to say the least.
And you know, what you do, what exactly do you do with the physicians that helps them to be informed about this? Because we're sitting here with a medical doctor.
Right. Okay. Believe me, I could use your services. So tell me what you...
My title is National Director of Professional Relations.
That's a mouthful.
Exactly, which means I build relationships with our sales force and our physicians. So it's a relationship business. We provide a service for the doctors to provide for your patients. You know, one of the things is the pain management, and that's where the pain cream comes in. And it's and I just build relationships with doctors and make sure they're happy with our service and anything we can do better to provide a good quality service for their patients. At the end of the day, we're both here to help the patients.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, and we touched on a minute ago, I'm a neurologist, and so I've got patients that come to me with pain. They've got neuropathy, they've got burning, terrible stabbing pain. Some people have had shingles and they've got shingles pain. And one of the things that we see is this pain not only just affects them from a pain standpoint, but it affects their relationships at home, their friendships, their family perceives this, so their quality of life is terrible. So what can your products do that kind of address all that and make life better for this person?
Well, first of all, it's a cream, it's like a lotion, so rather than taking a pill and the opioid and all the side effects that come with pain pills, you know, liver damage, the GI problems, and, you know, we eliminate all that because you literally rub it where it hurts. So as I say, anything from TMJ to plantar fasciitis to the neuropathy, and we can't cure the pain, but if we can take it from an 8 where they can't get out of bed to a 4 or a 5 or a 3 where they can live their life almost normal, it's a huge success for the patient and their families. Like you say, it's debilitating for everything, every part of their family.
So it's lifestyle changing.
Oh, absolutely.
Really. Yes, it is. I mean, an 8 down to a 4 may mean that they can actually communicate with their child. They can actually sit down and have, you know, dinner without getting distracted from their pain. I mean, this is huge.
Right. And the great thing about it is the more you use it, the less you need it. So you may have to apply it 3 or 4 times the first 3 or 4 weeks at the worst, and then eventually, you know, maybe once or twice a day. The only place this doesn't work, as my dad says, is in the medicine cabinet. Because sometimes people get up, they'll put it on at night and get up in the morning and forget about it, and by 10:30, 11, noon, they start to hurt again because they forgot to apply it in the morning.
Right.
But it is, you have to go through your physician.
It's
Could
doctor
you
prescribed.
explain that? Yeah.
It's doctor prescribed, and that's what I do, and make sure the doctors fully understand how the science behind it works and how the best operationally it works, where it's a smooth, seamless way for the patient to get the product, because we'll compound it specifically for your patient and then ship it to their address.
And actually, the primary care doc can, those offices can do this, right?
Absolutely, any doctor, yeah. So it's, you know, and now with this, the epidemic of pain pills and the overdoses, a lot of really chronic pain patients aren't getting the quality need they deserve from the doctors because they're afraid to overprescribe.
Right.
We know this is incredible information. If people want to learn more about it, where can they go to your website?
Yes, www.opcrx.com.
Wes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Great,
Wes.
enlightening
This is great
information.
and wonderful information. We appreciate it.
We thank you for coming.
Thank
you
you
come
for
back to
having
see
me.
us?
Absolutely.
All right. And we hope you'll stay with us and join us next time right here on Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.